York City. The Big Apple attracts millions, but can also be fraught with danger and violence. Here we found the home to a self-defense system which has been developed to use on the streets of any bustling city. This is Professor David James. He teaches Vianis Jitsu. It's brutal but effective.
Vianis Jitsu is the most direct street self-defense system that I believe is available. The system was founded by Professor Florendo Visitation, better known as Professor V. One of his goals was to make sure that the average man, the common guy, the non-martial artist, everybody could have a way and a method of learning self-defense without necessarily being a martial artist.
The system's made up of jiu-jitsu, Filipino stick and knife fighting, and Thai boxing, and can be learned in a short amount of time.
This system is very unique. It's unique in the way of it's quick, because you don't spend 10 years here to become the grandmaster, to become the black belt so you can be proficient in the street. You be proficient here. Give me 3 weeks of your time. Give me a month of your time. I definitely know I can teach you things that you didn't know. I don't care what level of training you walk through the door with. You don't have to be an athlete here. You could be a couch potato. Your typical guy is sitting down eating popcorn and chips all day long and you enjoy your beer. One thing about this system that's very unique is that I tell people, keep all your bad habits and come and train anyway. People automatically feel that when they join a school and a martial arts club that they have to become this David Carradine character. They have to become a monk. They now have to stop drinking and stop socializing and stop going out and start eating pure and all that, start thinking pure. That's a bunch of nonsense. It has nothing to do with learning how to defend yourself. When the man grabs you and aggressively pulls you towards him, your body goes in. When your body goes forward, my hands are here. His 2 hands are here. These hands are what we call dead hands. He can't take these hands off to hit me. So it gives me enough opportunity to do this, which is projecting the head backwards, sticking my thumbs in his eyes. That allows the groin coming forward. Now I can knee the groin. Now when the groin is shot, the man presents this to me. Now I can knee him to the face, or I can strike the shin, take the shin out, immediately take him down. Next point, boom, stomp the head, look around, I'm out of there, I'm gone. People do not understand the difference between self-defense and fighting. Bang! Self-defense is not fighting. Self-defense is stopping a threat. When you identify the threat, you stop it, you eliminate it before the person gets a chance to get the upper hand on you. That's self-defense training. That's what V-Jitsu is. Touch! That first touch shocks the man, which is palm shot to the face. We touch high. That controls the high strike. We touch low to control the low strike. So we got high and a low concept. Then we touch high again. High! That will then send the body a different message, where the punishment now, the pain is going from high to low to high. His attention span is high. His hands are right here. Once again, because I kicked him high, his body's shot up, which allows me then to get in, apply my choke. I could choke this man out from this point. I could grab his eyes and rake his eyes with my fingers. At that point, I could sit here and smash the back of his leg down, take him down violently, and then stomp on his head. We use the anis, which is the stick and the knife part of our system. Touch, he will touch, pass. I'll redirect it, and I'll redirect it. And then the Thai boxing is the punching and kicking part of our system. Because when you hit a point where a self-defense situation starts to escalate into a fighting situation because it just got out of control, you have to have certain skills now. Where the person is pushing you, touching you, poking you, here. So now, when he moves, I change the focus. He's no longer looking at me. So if he's not looking at me, he can't see the next strike, which is here. He can't see the next strike, which is here. He can't see the next strike, which is here. I will take up a garbage can and hit you with it, if I could. If I'm in the midst of combat with you, and we're in the midst of a situation, and you don't notice the ashtray on the table that's made out of maybe steel or maybe a marble ashtray, and I do, that's V-Jitsu. I'm taking that and cracking you with it, because that will control your focus. By doing this massive repetition and doing it, I promise you, when it comes time for you to react, your mind will go blank, you'll black out, you won't remember a thing, but as soon as the person holds you or touches you or grabs you into that same type of situation you're more familiar with, the same hole you felt, the same amount of force you felt before, you spark right into action.
This is a brutal, no-holds-barred approach to traditional street fighting. Dirty techniques such as groin kicks, biting, and eye gouging are readily employed during fight situations.
So I want to take my finger, put it in his nose, and rip his nose off his face. That's my choice. What I do, for most people, look very violent. We're teaching somebody how to stop someone from hurting you. And if we have to do that and meet the level of the mindset of the person who's trying to hurt you, then so be it. You know, because there's no such thing as effortless self-defense.
What you just got through viewing was practical, street, reality-based self-defense. The system is called VAJ School of Self-Defense. This system is an easy system. It's a very practical system, very straightforward system, no nonsense. Organize what you do so you have a checklist, state of readiness, because you have to get ready when you're in a situation. State of explosion, and whatever you're going to do, you explode onto the individual. State of readiness, state of explosion, state of control. Interrupt the vision, interrupt the breathing, interrupt the balance. People always ask us, Dave, what's the difference between you and everybody else? We teach you how to defend yourself. We don't teach you how to fight. You can learn how to fight and have no concept of self-defense. And people say, huh? Well, what are you talking about? If I know how to fight, I know how to defend myself. No, if you know how to fight, you know how to fight. What do you do when a guy grabs you like this, has you right here, up against the wall, and the blade is in your throat, in your head, BSing around now? You're gonna come up with some fancy martial arts move? When you have good understanding of self-defense, and you have a good understanding of body mechanics, you don't wanna fight. A good self-defense practitioner is not a good fighter. You make a mistake here, the knife is in your throat, the blade is in your throat. You can't afford to mess up. If you try to do some fancy move, some fancy counter, you just got stabbed to death. But when you get into this situation and the guy's getting in front of you, psychologically, he's trying to break you down, you have no concept of how to deal with it. You're cursing at me, you're yelling at me, you're staring at me eye to eye, you're intimidating me. So you're trying to break me down psychologically, so I have no will whatsoever. I can't react, or if I do react, I react hesitantly and slowly. And when you hesitate, you lose. We teach you how to overcome all of those things. But most martial arts schools, they don't teach you none of those things. They don't even talk about it. So we make sure we have a checklist for you to run down so you can follow a checklist so you understand what is being done to you and what you are doing. You got to understand the 10 commandments of self-defense. You got to understand how to talk to this man. You got to understand the element of surprise. You got to understand starting from a non-threatening manner. Because while I'm talking to him, while I'm telling him about my family, and while I'm telling him about my kids and wife, I'm going to attack him. You got to evaluate the situation. How many people am I dealing with? I start grappling with you. Along comes your friend, start stomping me out or stabbing me in my back because I'm down there wrestling with you. I was too easy and too eager to put it into a fighting situation. Watch my back. Okay, who's next? I lay him down, nobody's there. Just relax. The 3-foot rule is the distance that realistically you can do me harm. I'm beyond the 3-foot rule. I don't have a chance. I don't have a chance of trying to disarm, try to do anything. The man's gonna blow my head off. But if he steps up into me and tell me, yo, I'll put a bullet in your head, now he broke the 3-foot rule. Now I know because he did this, I can move and I can react. How do you get a chance to do all your karate, all your jujitsu, all your kung fu, all your boxing? How do you actually get a chance to apply this stuff? Be humble. Show the person that you want nothing at all, no kind of resistance. You don't want no trouble. Start from a non-threatening manner. If I don't start from a non-threatening manner, I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to be able to defend myself properly. Eye-to-eye contact, we call it controlling the focus. First thing a person want to see if you got any heart, if you're a punk or not, they try to stare you down. So they eye-to-eye contact. And if you can't look at them in their eye and you drop your head or you bow your head, you look to the left or right, first thing they say to themselves, good, I got one. I got a soft person. I got a sucker. I got a punk. Get 2 dogs together. They'll start looking eye to eye. The weaker dog will drop his head, fold his tail, and look away. If you understand motion causes motion, if you understand that principle alone, will get you in and out of a self-defense situation quicker, faster. This motion caused that motion. This motion caused that motion. This motion caused that motion. I can move faster forward and he can move backwards. This motion caused that motion. Once you no longer appear a threat to the individual who's in front of you, you will catch this individual off guard. You tell him, listen, I got money. Do you want the money? Or can I have my credit card? He said, give me everything. You catch him while he's answering you in transition. The element of surprise. Listen, I ain't got a problem with you. You see? He never seen that coming. If I beat like this, see all that space in between? That's striking from a further point. But if I did this, that you don't get a chance to regroup because I'm striking from the closest point. I block it out for, look at my hand. It's right here. Why do this? Or why try to do this? When here, as he's swinging, this is right here. Striking from the closest point. Finger, palm, punch, hammer, knee, shin, kick, elbow. And I'm moving with every limb and every tool that I have in my body and on my body to use against you. I'm going to use, but I'm going to strike from the closest point. Strike, but keep his focus in a certain direction, which is off of you. So as he's pushing up, I am going to pull one hand down, stick one hand in to change his focus. That would allow you to get 2, 3, 4, 5 more strikes in because you changed the focus. I'm stopping the threat, changing the focus. Strike! I'm striking with the finger. I use finger, palm, hammer. Because once I get your focus off of mine, I can do whatever the hell I want to do. If I hit you high, hit you low, hit you high, hit you low, hit you low, hit you high. The high and the low concept. Now that I drop down low, he's hitting low. Hammer hit. I'm doing what we call being generous with the pain. Now pain compliance. Put your hand behind your back, cross your legs, and the man will comply with what I'm saying because of the pain. And if I can teach anybody out there anything, please let me teach you this. I can move faster forward than you can move backwards. How does that aid you? How does that help you in a self-defense situation? If I go first and I ram you, just shove it, you go, no! I have you going off balance. I have more coordination, more speed, more ability, more agility going forward than you have going backwards. When you use the 10 commandments of self-defense, you don't use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You use 5, 1, 6, 4, 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. You mix it up. If you just remember some of the points and some of the principles in which I spoke to you about, you can actually go out there with no practice, just basic will to survive, self-preservation. And you can say, you know what, I remember that guy saying, interrupt the vision. Okay, when they interrupt the vision, then now something like move him, interrupt the balance. And then now interrupt the breathing. If you remember those 3 things, state of readiness, state of explosion, state of control, and you're out of there. And guess what? You wasn't a black belt. You didn't take 20 years of training to do this. The whole principle and concept behind our system, the system of VAJ is just so you have to be able to learn this in the shortest period of time possible. We can guarantee 100% guarantee a student that you train with us as opposed to anybody else in a shorter period of time. We will teach you how to successfully defend yourself better than any other system on the planet.
Sit down, be quiet, quiet. You don't want to see my people get violent. Sit down, be quiet, quiet. I got guns in the club, don't try it. My agenda, no retreat, no surrender. You hold the belt, but big as the top contender. Return the sender. Body parts dismembered. If the track was a gap, then my voice would be the trigger. Words is the bullets. Ain't afraid to pull it. No matter where I'm at, I'm repping Brooklyn to the.
Is a thing called V-stepping. V-stepping is something that you want to know when it comes to being attacked with large objects like a baseball bat or something like rebarb, like a pipe or a 2x4, crowbar, anything large and small. Everything, all attacks come off the 5 angles when someone is swinging at you. So today, we're going to show you some solutions to deal with problems that come from the 5 angles. Okay? And with that, we're going to get started. Now we're going to go into the V-stepper, but before we do that, this is a baseball bat. Do you know how many times I've watched martial artists do defense against a stick and a baseball bat, and I watch them move forward, go in, block the bat with their hand, and do a technique? Do you really realize what you're actually doing, this is a solid baseball bat. Now, who do you think is going to win? For real, in real life, when a guy takes a bat and slams that bat against your hands, you're going to tell me that your arms is stronger and harder than that bat? If that's what you really believe, I say us to you, okay? Because you are practicing something and you never actually had it happen to you. Because if you did, you will understand there's no way in hell do you take your arm, your physical arm, and stop that, okay? Pay attention. We do a thing called V-stepping. V-stepping. We do not move into the power. Most of the time, when a person is swinging a baseball bat, they're stepping in and they're swinging. So when they step in, they're stepping into the V, into your V. All the power is at the end of the bat. So you tell me how much sense does it make? Slow motion, Kenny. When that bat is coming, all the power, my technique is to do this and move forward. Move into the power, or I'm going to do this and move into the power, or I'm supposed to scoop under his arms. Phil, are you getting this? Do you really see this? I'm going to go underneath his arms to grab his arms, and that goddamn bat is at my face? Really? It makes better sense to go with the power. So as the power is coming, as the swing is coming around, I'm moving in a V. I'm moving with the power in a V. I'm not even trying to block that right now. Just so you understand, I don't need to. So if you forget everything and fear comes into your body, just move in a V and you'll take yourself out of harm's way. Moving in a V puts you in position to deal with pressure. He's holding the bat. Pressure. The end of the bat. Power. For those of you people who like to step backwards, power. And if you think you can step back faster than he can move forward, you need to watch my 10 commandments of self-defense. Because we do a thing called, we have one of the commandments that I can move faster forward than you can move backwards. Okay? Let me show you what happens when you move backwards. Kenny, grab the other back. Now, for the sake of showing you this, I'm going to put the headgear on. I am going to move backwards. And Kenny's not going to stop swinging. So when he swings with that number 1 strike, I'm going to move backwards, and he's going to keep up. And my hand is here. Every time that guy hit my head swinging, huh? Boom! How are you going to do that with this? How? The first strike, you put it up, it'll knock your hand down. The next thing, bang, your head is open, your head is open, your head is open, and your head is open. V-stepping. That's a better way to go. Today we're working on what we call X-stepping. X-stepping. X-stepping is part of the footwork we do in the V system. Okay? Because we're not boxers, we don't move like a boxer. Everything is designed for personal protection. How to take ourselves out of harm's way. Okay? So now let me show you X-stepping. Once again, everything comes out of our book. We're not pulling this stuff out of thin air. It comes out of our book. Our whole manual, we have a system from A to Z, how to get from white belt to black belt. Okay? The first movement in X-stepping. Now normally, if you're standing in front of someone and they start headhunting, they throw a strike to your head. Boxers would evade the punch by doing this, by bobbing and weaving, but they stay in the same place. X-stepping is an X. So imagine an X on the ground. You have 2 legs moving forward and you have 2 legs moving backwards. That's an X. So we move in the shape of an X. So when he throws that first headhunt strike, we go in the first line of the X, we duck under, and we stay there because motion causes motion. So when he swings again, you're back into the center. Now he does the same thing with the opposite hand in case a person is a lefty. So when he swings for your head, you duck under. Once again, I'm looking at him. I'm looking at the body when I duck under. And then he swings back again. I motion and I come back to center. Now he throws what we call a backhand strike. A backhand strike is a motion. Let's say a guy had a baseball bat, stepping into you with a bat, is coming towards your face. So we practice it with the empty hand as a backhand strike. So when he throws a backhand strike, I go to the third line of the X, and then I move forward when he motions. Motion causes motion, because no one's going to leave their hand out there. They're going to pull their hand back, especially if they got a weapon, to reload. So you follow that motion. The next line of the X, now is right here. Now you completed all four corners of the X. And once again, motion causes motion. So when he moves his hands, I move my body and I go towards him. Motion causes motion. One of the 10 commandments of self-defense. Now from this point, he tries to stab underneath. After I already came in, he tries to stab. So in order to get away from that, because this is where the last line of the X was, so that hand right here that I cannot see, put your hand behind it, can reach for a weapon. Now you see the pad behind, he could be reaching for a knife, coming to stab me in my gut. I drop the hand, the lead hand down, straight down. I cover with the other hand in case he wants to slide up with the blade and cut me across my face. So I block it in this fashion. So if he slides up, this hand is here to block, and then to do what we call a counter attack. I'm not going into that right now. I'm just showing you X stepping. Okay? So once again, let me show it to you again. The first movement is duck under to the first line of the X. Matter of fact, let me turn it to the left. So we'll do it from this side. The first movement is going, right hand coming for your head. You duck under, pay attention to the body. Motion causes motion, and you move back. Second motion, second line of the X. I go this way. Once again, I'm not looking out there into the open. I'm looking at him because motion causes motion. When he moves, I move back. The third line of the X, I just put my hands up to block my face right here. And when he moves back, I move forward. I'm back to the center of the X. He does the other hand. I do the fourth line of the X. When he moves back, I move forward. And he comes underneath with the stab, and I just put my arm down. That's called X stepping. How to do X stepping, and now this part is how to train. This is an exercise that we do to get us sharp, stay in shape. How we train, we're doing this with rhythm. And you can pick up the speed when you get better. Right now, just do it with a good pace and a good flow, because speed will come naturally. And once you get this in your system, it becomes automatic. Okay, let me show you what we do. We take our hand targets and we strike on them 10 times and do one movement. Okay, so we're going to show it to you from both sides. So we start out going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go underneath, come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go underneath, come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go back, come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Go back, come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And back to the center. Now we're going to do it where I count 10, he counts 1, because there's 5 movements. So we'll go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Underneath, come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Come back. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come back. that's the way you work the drill with the pads. Once again, I count 10. The man throwing is 5 movements, so he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very simple. Hands stay up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he loads off, and put your hand on the belly. Because motion causes motion. So when he moves, you're right back. You're right back. Very important. Don't forget, boxers do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and man counters, boxers do this. And now boxers come up and throw punches in combination. But you do not want to fight. We're not practicing fighting. We're practicing personal protection. The goal is to get behind him. So when going to the side, so when I go into my 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. When he swings, I want to go behind him. It's personal protection. I don't want to just get up and start throwing blows. I want out. Freedom. Freedom is behind the man. It's behind the man. So I want to go behind the man. I don't want to stay here and then start my skills against his skills. That is fighting. The difference between fighting and self-defense, I keep saying it over and over and over. Fighting is my skills against your skills. Personal protection is my skills. Once you headhunt me, and I'm behind you, I'm going to break you down. I'm going to break you down. It ain't going to be my skills or your skills. It's going to be my skills. And I'm going to do my very best to make sure you never get a turn. Because remember, people, when you stop giving, it's time for you to get out of this whole set. There's 5 altogether. So we showed you in the beginning, X step. Then we showed you how we work it, how we drill it, just as a drill. Now I'm going to show you how we add application using strikes. And when we're doing with the strikes, we only use 4. We don't go to 10. We don't punch to 10. We punch to 4. So now let me show you how that's done. Okay? So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. He strikes. This first shot is to the groin as you're going in. So as he's throwing that shot, boom, I'm hitting him in his groin, which is going to make him buckle over and put both hands on his groin. Nobody blocks their groin with one hand, grabs their groin with one hand. So both hands here. Then I come hammer fist, hammer fist, hammer fist. I can break your leg. Now we go to the second one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Head hunts to the groin. Same hand that I hit the groin with. I come out over the top. Hammer fist. Come down as hard as I can. Hammer fist. I grab. Break your leg. It's right there. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the third strike comes. I step back. Now remember what I told you. Motion causes motion. So when he pulls back, I move forward. So as I move forward, this hand, I'm holding on with this hand. I'm going to strike from the closest point. I can, whoom, come over the face. As it changes his focus, snap. I can snap his leg. Then I snap his ankle. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here, once again, here is the next layer of the X. Pay attention. Remember, this, come up, and this. Okay, why this and not this? Because when he comes hard, I'm doing this, I could always move around him. I'm holding 2 hands in front of me, he pushes me, I can move around him. If I did it the other way, I step back like this, now I feel all that force coming towards my face. My balance is gone. Remember, vision, breathing, and balance. My balance is gone if I do it this way, with the right leg forward. I can't move. Then he's setting me up to come over the top with the other hand. But if I do it this way, and if he comes with the other hand, I just shoot my arm up. It stops that strike automatically. Automatically, and then I'm going to go interrupt his vision, interrupt his breathing, interrupt his balance. There's a method to the madness. Then now we're going to the fifth strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. He comes underneath. Right here, once again, from this one, the hand that's here, I push it down to make sure it doesn't slide up on me. I change the focus. Hit him in the head. Break the leg. Step on the ankle. If I can repeat a strike in the same location, I'm going to do it. You don't always have to try to create something different and something new. The knees don't bend sideways. Use it. Stomp on his toes. Use it. Push the man. Break his balance. Use it. You don't have to be creative. So now we're just going to flow it. So watch how it works. Nice and easy with a flow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Groin, top, bam, bam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Groin shot over the top. Hammer fist, hammer, hammer. Break the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step back. When he comes in, break the leg. Hit him in the face. Hit him in the head. Stop. Now you notice this time when I came in, because when he pulled, my motion was with me. I had my leg up in the air. I just stomped on his kneecap and broke it. Up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Other side. Step back. Once again. Watch. Look at the angle. As he's coming back. Look at the body mechanics. It's right here. Snap. It's right there. Or 4. As he's coming back, I can come over the top with it like a Superman punch. Whoa! Right into the head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Coming number 5. As I block it down, now I can use a backhand, but that brings this up. Because if I use a backhand, see, there's nothing there. That's why I press, smack, hit, and then stop. So now, that's another way to practice it. Remember, 4 strikes, then go into your striking, high-low concept. Of X-stepping, now we're going to show you how to do the X-stepping, how to strike, how to counter, and go into a choke, a basic choke. Okay? So I showed you how to strike now and break a person down. Now we're going to go into it and show you how to apply a basic choke, offer the technique. Okay? So once again, we're working off the 4 drill. So, we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. As you strike into the groin, the man is going to bend. Now when he bends, because of the body mechanics, both hamstrings are going to be on the groin. So therefore, he's on the side of you. Take your kneecap, shove it into the back of his thigh. It elevates the body and pulls the body up. Bring the head up with the opposite hand. Wrap your arm underneath and around. Apply the choke. If he tries to fight the choke, slide the fingers, watch. Slide the hand into his eyes. And then you start to what we call mopping. So let me show you that one again from the opposite side. Number 1 again. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4. He strikes, touch the thigh. We use the thigh because we don't want any accidents. They put someone punching someone in the groin. So now he grabs his groin because that's the natural reaction. So when he grabs his groin, look at the back of the leg, look at the position. So you come, you knee, shoots the body up, right here. You're from behind. He's up like this. You bring the face back, the head up, exposes the throat, slide in, lock it up. If it gives you any problem, roll the hand over into the vision, and you start to mop. We call mopping left to right. Number 2 strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come with the left. Tap the thigh. Once again. Here's the position. Knee into the back of the thigh or the butt cheek, which pushes the body forward. Come up. Slide the hand in for the choke. Apply the choke. If you need to mop, you mop. number 3. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4. He strikes, put your hand up. Now watch this, it's very interesting. Because as he pulled back, motion causes motion. When he pulls back, I stomp the leg, which brings the body down. The hand is already here. See the red glove? Push up on the face, wrap your hand around the throat, apply the choke. Now we're going into number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I step back. Remember what I said. You're stepping back, not with your right leg. That puts you in this position. With your left leg, motion causes motion. When he pulls forward, once again, look at the hands. Look at the hand, look at the position of the body. I rake the leg, which make him drop, pop up the head, grab underneath, and apply the choke. And number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. He stabs. I drop the arm down to protect my center. I push down, push. I control it with my opposite hand. I wrap my hand over into the face. I grab the whole face, pull the head back, slide my hand under, apply the choke. If he gets aggressive, I just slip my hand over the vision and I start to mop. Very simple, very basic. The technique is right there for you. Don't go doing a bunch of other stuff when it's right there for you. If a basic number 1 choke is there, take it. You don't want to start punching and fighting. The man's going to regroup. Now it becomes a fight. Now you lost the opportunity to apply self-defense, personal protection technique, and you turn that self-defense situation into a fighting situation. And that's not what you want to do. Keep it simple.
Yep.
Of the X-stepper. Today, we're going to use a baton. This baton represents baseball bat, big 2x4, anything the person has to grab with 2 hands. Piece of rebar, a heavy object, you got to grab it with 2 hands. I'm going to show you how to do the X-stepping with that. All right, I'm going to show you the drill first, and then I'm going to show you the application second. Okay? So now, with the drill first. Your hands are up. You always start from a non-threatening manner. When the man swings number 1 with your head hunt, you go under, he double swings, you come back. Now he's coming from the other side. You go under, and you come back. That's the first line of the X. Now the third line of the X. You go back, and he moves, you come forward. Just keep your hands up. Go to the opposite side. You step back, he moves, and you step forward. Now he comes to try to stab you, and you turn to the side. Okay? That's the drill. So you work that over and over and over and over and over, and then you go to the application of the technique. So now, remember what I told you, when he swings number 1, he got 2 hands on. We consider this to be 2 dead hands. So whenever you're confronting an opponent, and he grabs a weapon with 2 hands, it's scary because it's powerful. But if you think to yourself, he has 2 dead hands. That means he can't pull a knife, he can't pull a gun. This is what it is. He's angry, he's aggressive, he's coming aggressively, swinging with 2 hands on whatever he's holding. So when that allows you the ability, if he's head hunted, to duck underneath and strike as hard as you can into the groin. When you unload into the groin, you come up, hammer fist, and push him off balance. You can take advantage of him from that point. Other side, he's coming 2 hands on, into the groin aggressively. Blind, double blast him, push him, unbalance him, snap his leg. That's all you need. He's coming aggressive, stepping in to hit you in your face. You back up, you want to try to grab his hand if you can, so when he pulls back away from you, stomp on his leg, your face is there. But let's say he bounces off your hand. He comes, he pulls his hand back, you know to follow him, so now all you got to do is tackle him, and from there, look, 2 dead hands. His hands, he can't grab you, but you could go from here to his face, to his throat, to his neck, to whatever, because you could grab here and then bounce up and do what you need to do. Same thing on the other side. I bounce back. If he bounces in, I just rush and grab him, and then from here, my hand can bounce. I can bounce. I can take it from here. Look, once I grab him, look, he got two dead hands. I grab him, I can bounce up, I can do this, I can do that, I can come around, I can move, I can take the legs out. There's so many options I could do if I just keep it simple and stop thinking fighting. I'm not going to fight. If I do this and we get in a fight, now I start to wrestle him and try to get the bladder, and now I got problems. I got problems. But I know I'm going to bounce. All I'm doing is trapping his arm for a second, bouncing up. I got it. I got it. He's trying to thrust it into my belly, number 5. As I turn, 2 dead hands. This hand comes right over the top, right down, right across. Got what I need, start the leg out. People, I'm going to tell you something. This stuff here, tested and proven. This is no BS. We're not blowing smoke up your behind. We're not doing no mystical, magical techniques where we're grabbing a guy who's swinging a goddamn baseball bat and somehow he's swinging that bat. I'm going to disarm the bat, take away the bat, turn it into a wrist lock, take him into a throw. You ain't doing that shit in the street. It ain't going to go down like that. You're blowing smoke up your behind. This is real. He got a pipe. Kenny, what kind of groin you got? You got groin of steel that you're going to let some dude with a pipe just stand there and you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to take it away and I'm going to disarm and I'm going to do this and that. Get the hell out of here. You ain't never going to do that. Never. I've been training for 40 years and I ain't doing that. All I know is that if he swings the hair, he got 2 dead hands. Wham! Blast him in the groin. Wham! Wham! Hitting it, pushing it, breaking his leg. I know I'm doing that. That other stuff, you do that in your sleep because you're dreaming.
This video is on blocking. There's only 3 ways to block. Same side, 2 hands, and cross. I don't care what system, what style, what discipline you do, there's only 3 ways to block. Same side, 2 hands, and cross. Let me show you and let me explain what I'm talking about. If a guy is throwing a hook punch to your head, either you're going to block it by putting his hand up, just shooting your hand up, that's called same side. You are blocking on the same side that he's attacking. If he's really coming hot and heavy, 1 hand won't be sufficient. So then when he throws that blow, you use 2 hands. 2 hands to block that shot. Okay, so now you're blocking with 2 hands. You're putting 2 hands on the attack. Okay? The third way is cross. So when he's striking, now you see some people shift the body and cross over and block what's called cross. I call it the Jim Kelly, where you see him in Enter the Dragon. Wah, 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 wah. Some of you are too young to know what the hell that is. Look it up. Google. Anyway, now, what could we do off of those blocks? So if I'm blocking with same side, I got 2 choices. To block and attack with the same hand that I block with, or I can block and attack at the same time when I use same side. And that virtually cuts off that other one, because if you throw that other one, instead of going after his face, I'll go after the other attack, which we call the red glove. The second choice is 2 hands. So when I block with 2 hands, I can bounce off with the closest hand. In our system, we call it striking from the closest point. So what I mean by that is, after I block, I'm not going to do this, cross over my own arm, and then this hand is right here in my face. It don't make sense. I'm going to block with 2 hands and attack with the hand the closest to his face. So I'm attacking from the closest point as opposed to the furthest point. Because if this one could get in, that means mathematically this one could get in, which will give me a second shot with that because it's quicker, faster. Third way is cross. Now when I block with the cross, I can touch and go off of the cross, touch and go. But in order for me to do that, I have to touch, cross. Now the hand that is backing me up, I have to use that hand to block while I go with the other hand. Okay, let me show you that one on the other side. So I cross block, but in order for me to go, this hand's not going to be floating in the air, it's going to hit me right in my face. So that other hand has to take the place of the hand that I cross with so I can attack the face. Okay? But what happens if it's not a punch? What happens if he pulls a knife, if he has a knife? So now if he has a knife, I can't use just any block I want to. Let's see what happens. So if I did, he's slashing now. If I did same side on a slash, can I touch and go? No, because the blade is going to come across my neck. Because if I did this and this, the blade is in my face. It's going to come across my neck. So what I can do is block with the same side and attack at the same time, which will be driving the man back. Okay, kill his forward motion. What about two hands? I block with two hands and I control the floated hand while I attack his face with the other hand. Okay? If I don't do that, if I don't control the floated hand, then he cuts under my belly. If I do this and this, then he slices slow motion. Okay? If I do this and go at him, he'll cut right across my ribs and then start stabbing me up. Okay? So you got to control the floating hand. If I use cross when he's coming with a slash, once again, I can't just do this. He's going to start cutting my lower half of my body up. At that point, I have to switch hands and grab. I cross with my right, but I have to control the floating hand with my left. So I have to do this, this, and then attack in order to make that work. But here's the situation. Flip the knife over to reverse grip. Now he puts a reverse grip. He's coming down. If I use same side, it's a circular motion. He rips. If I do two hands, he uses circular motion and rip. So on that one, all I could do is use cross. So when he's coming down, I cross, take myself off the line of fire, redirect the hand into the center of my body, go to the outside of his body, and then attack. So let me show you how to get slow motion. Shift, redirect from across, control the floating hand, and then attack. Move it to the outside. You cannot do what you want to do just because you want to do it. You got to know when I'm blocking, am I using same side? Am I using two hands? Am I using cross? I have to know. And you got to be aware, is he punching, slashing with a knife? What we call the Chucky, reverse grip? Because if not, you're going to get caught up there. Because the life you save may be your own. A lot of people use redirecting. But what I see is that they practice it a certain way in the dojo that will never work for them outside in the street. They can maybe get it off if the person is not paying attention. But you always got to remember, today's individual are more talented than people in the past. Everybody's athletic, everybody's doing something. There's MMA, there's roller skate, there's blading, there's mountain climbing, there's skateboard, there's everything. So you cannot take people for granted and keep working techniques and leaving yourself vulnerable to attack. Let me show you what I'm talking about. When most people do a redirecting drill, coming off a basic hook punch to the head, what they do is they move with the blow, they reach their hands out, usually both hands out, because they know they want to redirect that hand. Most of the time they want to redirect that hand so they could do a break, they could do some kind of lock, they could do some kind of technique to it. So they redirect it in order to break and put locks on pinches or whatever the case may be. You see my video that I call Red Glove. If you haven't seen it, go back and take a look at it. That's not that easy to do. Redirect and put a lock on without leaving yourself vulnerable to attack. But, once again, they reach out and they pull the hand in and they redirect it so they can do whatever technique, shot the guy in the face or whatever. But they keep forgetting about this other hand. Motion causes motion. This guy is coming forward. What are you doing to stop his forward motion? Most people do nothing. You can't just take that and redirect it. Because the second you start redirecting it, that other hand is going to hit you in the face. So what we do is we do a thing called touch. We stop the forward momentum by touching the guy, striking him in the chest, palming him in the chest, which freezes him for a half a second, and then we redirect. Then we redirect. Because his body's coming forward, we stop the motion and redirect. It is the same thing like if he was rushing forward, just coming forward, and I did this. The stick stops his forward motion. So now when he punches, he's extending his arm, but he's in between the distance of a stiff stick. So when he sticks his hand out, he's not able to make contact. So we stop the forward motion. Hesitate, body goes back and his arm just swings loosely out. So we stop and then we redirect. We touch, we call it touch. Touch and redirect. And I know right now some of you will say, yeah, but he can still hit you with the other hand. Watch carefully and pay attention. Slow motion. If he tries to, when I move this arm, because motion causes motion, when I move this, if he throws that other arm, this hand just slides off his chest, and right here, I got both his arms. Then at this point now, I can just attack the face, attack the groin, attack the face, attack the shin, come over the top, and do what I need to do. So I'm always in a good position to shut this man down because my hand is coming off his chest, sliding across onto the arm if it motion. If I was to use his face to touch with, as he's coming in and I did this, I'm not going to have anything to redirect. So before you can redirect that hand, you have to stop the forward motion, then go into your redirect, then you're able to mount whatever defense you want to mount. It's called touch and then redirect. We're coming off a backhand. So we're coming off a backhand motion. When will you use a backhand? Let's just say you're up against the wall. So you're up against a wall, and it's in a very close environment. The man is not going to throw a hook punch because you got to come off the wall to throw a hook punch. If he does that, it's real tight. You're right inside. You can attack. But if he throws a backhand, then now you're against the wall. You don't want to be against the wall. You don't want him to slam you into the wall. So therefore, to get out of that position, you have to redirect. But how do you do it safely? Once again, slow motion. If I just try to redirect it, the other hand comes right into my face. Because as I pull this hand down, the other hand is going to come right into my face. So what do I have to do? Once again, I have to jam the body, jam it, touch. Then when I redirect, he's going to punch with the other hand, but by then I already know the feeling. I block it, I attack, I redirect, now I'm at his back. So I actually redirect twice as opposed to just one time. Let me show it to you again. He comes with the backhand, I jam it for a half a second. As I pull down, his momentum is still coming. I block the other hand and I attack his face at the same time. Shoot his head back, redirect the hand. It puts me to the back of the man. I got over the top for the face. I got the back of the leg. I use my hand for the back of the leg. I can go into a choke from this position, choking him in with my left hand. With my left hand. When he's here, I do not go around him like this and give you my back and wrap my right hand around him. I choke him as I redirect with the left hand. I use the left hand to put the choke on. Very simple technique. Very simple movements. But you have to stop the man's momentum first. You got to jam. You have to jam. And after you jam, then go in to the redirect on number 2. Working on another technique for you. This technique is called big hook. A big hook, the big haymaker with a guy, man, you see it, Stevie Wonder sees it. It's coming from way back here, okay? Way back here. Most guys stand there and wait for that shit to come and then try to defend against it. It is so wrong. It is so wrong. Once again, I'm going to show you what somebody else, one of the more popular guys on YouTube, said to do. Once again, this is another guy who got 75,000 views on his big haymaker. Okay, watch this. He's telling you, when the guy winds up, Kenny, do me a favor, put that red glove on, please. Right? You got to understand something. Guys, we put the gloves on, we put the equipment on, so you could clearly see what we're talking about. Okay? Now, this guy, Kenny's got the glove on, he's coming with that big right hand. That big right hand, over the top right hand. Look at that pump. Most people see that, whoa, they back up. Or, like this guy said to do, the more popular guy, he said, angle yourself to the guy's left side. When he comes with that big haymaker, step in. Step in hard. Step in hard and jam it. Step in hard. Run into it hard. So it's 2 horns, like a bull, like 2 rams. Boom! 2 rams butting heads. So stay to the left. When the big haymaker comes, ram into it. He said, hit him in the chest with your elbow and the soto guard. Pull! And take him down. So let's try that whole thing again, slow motion. Okay? So, slow motion. I'm going to stay to the left side of him. He's going to come in. I'm going to run in, wrap my elbow in, step in hard with a no soto guard. Now, that might be a good technique if all the timing is right. So, he's coming in and you're going in. Hard, whoa, hit him and with a forearm elbow and take him into a soto guard. Sounds good. Let me tell you what he's not seeing and what he's not telling you to do. That's some martial arts stuff there. That's some Steven Seagal stuff there. Okay? Kenny, put the headgear on. See, understand something. That's martial arts stuff. You want to go right into it, bang, right into the hard takedown. Some hard judo, some hard aiki, some hard jujitsu. Yeah, okay. Shake the water. I said to you 100 times, interrupt the vision, interrupt the breathing, interrupt the balance. You cannot get away from that. If you do, you're working way too hard. I'm going to show you something. Body mechanics. Don't take my word for it. Look and see for yourself. Okay? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. So now, He's angled in his body. I'm on this side. Now he's going to come with the haymaker. Stop. Okay, do it again. Come with the haymaker. Stop. Now, what I'm telling you to stop is because what you're not seeing is there's a little label that says fist on the front right by the groin. When he's angling his body, I don't see that fist. So my legs are longer than my arms. So why would I stay here and when he punches, run into the arm with power, like a ram, when I don't see the fist. When he turns, I see the fist. Logo. Body mechanics is here. So wouldn't it be easier for me to keep my hands up when he turns, boom, just stick the leg in. Guys, watch this. I don't see it. I see it, boom. I'm not even going to block the punch because the body mechanics forces him to do this. So when he comes, I step. Try to hit me in my head. Could you hit me in my head, Kenny?
Not at all. And I tried to stay upright.
Try to keep your body upright. Try to keep your body upright. Can't do it. So as he turns, slow motion, as he turns, boom, forces his center down. His head is right here. Don't look at me. Going out. Shot. Right here. Man is down. Show it to you one more time. I'm going to show it to you. So now he's angled. Look at the fist. Fist is right here. As he turns into the groin, his face is right here. Turn the face. Look at the leg. The leg is right here. Sweep the leg out. Hold the hand. Control the body. Stomp on the head. Stomp on the back. Understand, people, this is real. Kenny will tell you. Tell them what you felt.
Folks, no matter how hard I tried to keep myself upright, that shock to the groin made me bowl over. Did not matter. All right, this is all body mechanics. I couldn't see once I was being struck here. I could not keep my eyes open. All right, reality based. It was, and he wasn't even hitting me hard, and I was still feeling it.
Guys, we're trying to give you real technique, stuff that works. Okay, thank you. Take down. Okay, this is against one hand push. Not a shove once again. The guy tapping you in your chest, putting his fingers into your chest, and you're working off of that. So the guy is putting his fingers into your chest, touching into your chest area. You do not want to work to the inside. Turn it around, Kenny, please. You do not want to work to the inside. Because the second you work to the inside, now the red glove is going to come out and punch you in the face. So you don't want to work to the inside. You want to work to the outside. So now that you're working to the outside, very simple thing. You want to make sure one of your arms is on the other side of his arm, of course, and the other hand is towards the center of his body. That will protect you if he tries to sucker punch you. That inside hand, the right hand, will block that hand automatically. Now, here on the outside, you want to use your palm and you want to push that hand to cut off the other hand from striking, which is the red glove. Can't punch over his body. Before he does that, you want to change his focus. When he changes his focus now with the opposite hand, you want to grab onto the garment, to him, to anything. Pull him into you, and while you're pulling him into you, you want to strike right down the center of his thigh. Driving him into you, go reaching over, reaching his face back, pulling him to the ground, taking him down, letting his head go down, stomp him in his face, stomp him in his solar plexus, snapping the elbow if you want, transfer him to put him on his face. You can do whatever you want. Whatever you want. At that point, you're good to go. Let me show it to you again from the opposite side. Hands here, Remember, you're watching out for the red glove. If you got his hands up in your face, smack it over, change the focus, grab on, drive your knee into the center of his thigh. Boom. He'll bend back, reach back, grab his head, pull him down to the ground, stomp on his head, push him over on his face. Then you can work the back and work the ankles. Very simple takedown, very effective takedown off a one-hand push. Now we're going into number 4 takedown. Number 4 takedown is when somebody is in your face. They're in your face. They're just in your face talking a bunch of trash. They're talking a bunch of trash in your face. How they're going to kick your ass. How they're going to do this. How they're going to beat you up. What are you going to do about it? Blah, 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 blah. Number one thing you got to remember, guys, is your own self-talk. You got to talk to yourself. While he's telling you all this negative crap, you got to tell yourself some positive stuff. Okay? Once again, using the 10 commandments of self-defense, if he's in front of you talking a bunch of stuff, keep your hands up in a non-threatening manner. Hands up. Yo, me, you ain't got no problem. Yo, me, you ain't got no problem. Yo, dude, me, you ain't got no problem. While you're talking to him, you want to take your hands in a V shape, project them into his eyeballs. He's not going to punch you when you're sticking your fingers into his eyes. He's not going to punch you when you, from here, jam your fingers into his eyes. His hands are just going to go up. And when his hands go up to his face, you slide down to his body, drive your knee, drive your forearm, your shoulder into the knee. Drive it. Underneath the kneecap, the man's going to go down. Let me show you that from the opposite side. Okay? When he's talking a bunch of trash to you, talking his trash, guy, calm down, drive your fingers into his eyes, slide down his body when his hand go up, drive your shoulder into the kneecap. When he go down, you come up. And then once again, the man is here. You got a groin shot before he can kick you. Turn him over on his face, jump on his back, stomp on his head, kick his step on the ankles. You can do so much. Guys, that is so easy to do. It's such a quick, fast, easy way to take down. Talk to the man, get him talking to you while you got your hands up in a non-threatening manner. Ram your thumbs into his eyes, slide your hand on his body to check the hands on the way down, to make sure he don't sucker punch you, and then attack the kneecap with your... Okay, Professor Dave back again. Now I want to show you what to do when the way we do it, offer the bounce, how to work the bounce. And in case some of you are thinking, well, what if he just grabs the knife hand? What if he just grabs the knife hand and the man can't bounce? Let me show you what. Now, if you grab the knife hand, so Kenny, once again, let's show the bounce so you know what you're talking about in case you didn't see the first video. This is called the bounce. If you go out and block one, he's going to bounce into what's called a number 3, which is this angle. He comes to the number 2 strike. You block it, he's going to bounce into the number 4 angle. If he comes up with number 3, and he's going to bounce into number 1, because a number 3, if I put my arm down, it leaves a clear path to my neck. If he does number 4, clear path to my neck. So when I drop the hand, see, this is important, because a lot of times when you guys block, you're doing all this type of stuff, your hands are moving all over the place, different ways. You can't teach that. That's not duplicatable, because everybody can't follow the same movement like this. Back to the thing. Number 5, most guys try to drop the hand. And when you drop the hand on number 5, it's going to bounce back up to number 1. But the way in case you're thinking, well, why don't he just grab the knife hand? If he's coming with number 1, and I reach out and grab that knife hand, the other hand, the red glove, man. Remember the video, the red glove. If you haven't seen the video, the red glove, go back and see the video, the red glove. Because it's important for you to understand when you do your technique, there's no handicapped people out there robbing people and mugging people, doing stuff. Everybody got 2 hands. So once again, if I grab that knife hand, the other hand is immediately going to be right there to counter. 1 again. This is going to lead right into that. You can't grab the knife hand. You can't hold on to that. one more time, because if I hold on to it, this is called 10 fingers. We call it in our system 2 dead hands. So you can't hold on to it. Number 2, if I hold on to number 2, I get punched in the face. Number 3, if I try grabbing the arm on number 3, I'm going to get punched in the face. So some people say slow motion, some people say grab the arm and wrap it. So how do I grab this and wrap it? Watch my body mechanics. I'm going to go in and wrap this arm when that hand is going to stay there. As I'm going in, that hand is coming out. I'm going to get punched in the face. Number 4, I can't grab the arm, but once again, 2 dead hands. I'm going to get punched in the face. Number 5, if I try grabbing it, 2 dead hands. I'm going to get punched in the face. So that's not going to work for you. So the way we do it, take off that glove, please, because I want you to focus on the foam blade for the moment. Imagine you have on handcuffs, and you got handcuffs, your hands can only move in a certain range away from each other. They don't have the ability to do this, and this, and this, and this. They gotta stay together. So you're moving like this, in this kind of motion, not using your fingers. So when he strikes from 1 to 3, I understand the bounce. I just drop the body down. The elbow connects to my thigh, which closes it off. So instead of this, and leaving my neck open, it's this, which shuts this down. I'll take a cut across my forearm or across my muscle. That's not life-threatening. Number 2 goes into number 4. I just drop it. Number 3 goes into number 1. My hands are up. 4 goes into number 2. I understand the bounce. Number 5 goes into number 1. And I know how to position myself because I know more than likely where the next movement is going to be. So it's important for you to understand the bounce. And it's important for you to try to teach your students and teach people how to block in a manner that's duplicatable. Because all of this Jim Kelly martial arts nonsense is not duplicatable. Or you guys like to hammer. You guys like to hammer. You're going to hammer or do what? You think you're going to stay there? As soon as I hammer, he bumps. 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 And you still got to watch out for the red glove. Today, we're going to show you something that's called finger palm punch, hammer, knee, shin, kick. How many times have you heard a person say, oh, I got into a situation, I didn't know what to do. Somebody was in front of me, staring me down, face to face, we're doing this, and I didn't know what to do. Or I was afraid, I didn't know what to do. The guy was intimidating me so much. That will happen to everybody. But let me show you a technique that you cannot forget once it's in your system. Once it's in you, guys, it's in you. We're all walking with the tools that we need to stop ourselves from being hurt, to learn how to defend ourselves with. We all got the tools with us. We just don't have the sequence and the order, and it's not ingrained in us that it just comes out when we are in a situation and the fear takes over. Let me show you this. It's called finger palm punch, hammer, knee, shin, kick. This is how your body is designed. Everybody, first level of attack and the first line of attack, guys, is your fingers. Start from a non-threatening manner. We've all been here trying to explain ourselves to somebody. Listen, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it, whatever, the guy's being aggressive, and he don't want to give it up. But as long as you're doing this from a non-threatening manner, the man will look you in your face, and he don't care that you're explaining yourself with your hands. Take your fingers and shove them into his eyes. Fingers is the first line of attack. Second line of attack is what you call a palm strike. Now you put your fingers in his eyes, take your palm. Palm, finger, palm. Now the next level of force you want to increase is with a hammer fist. Third level of attack. Hammer, hammer. You don't want to punch, because you punch, you can break your knuckles. Hammer, I can hammer on a piece of steel, a hard door, all day long. How many times have you hammered on the door to get someone's attention? Bang, bang, bang. You didn't do this. You didn't punch with your knuckles. You used a hammer fist. So now you got finger, palm, and hammer. Next line, guys, next line of attack is the elbow. You got your fingers. You have your palm. Go down the line, hammer, and then your elbow. So now it's finger, palm, hammer. You got elbow strike. And you could elbow to the face. You could elbow to the solar plexus. You could elbow to the jaw. You could elbow underneath. It's elbow, finger, palm, hammer, elbow. Now you're working the way down the body. Next tool you have to work with is knee strikes. So you got finger, palm, hammer, elbow. Now when his head is back, because of the elbow strike, use a knee. You can use a knee to the groin. You can use a knee to the knee. You can use a knee to the thigh. Use the knee. Not all the time do you have to pick your leg up and bring it in so he can wrap around and grab your leg. So you don't bring it up that high. After you did palm, hammer, your L, you just bring your knee right to the knee. That'll bend the man out. Then the next line of attack is your shins. Sweep that leg out with your shins. A shin kick. You know how powerful a shin kick? I just showed you. Shin to groin. Shin strike. Take your shin strike. And the last and final tool you got to work with, guys, are kicks. But why kick him in the face up here? If I can knee him, after putting my fingers in his eyes, I can knee him in his knee, blow his shin out, his head is right here. Now I can kick him in the face. Or I can kick him in the groin. I bring him down. I break him down. I break the man down so I can kick him. I don't bring my leg up high. So once again, put it all together. Here we're talking. Guys getting aggressive. Finger, palm, hammer, elbow, knee, shin, and kick. Let's go finger, palm, punch, hammer, knee, shin, kick. You can see 1 and 2. Once again, I'm Professor David, working with Sensei Kenny, and we're going to show you footwork and blocking drills off of different combinations of hook punches. Okay? Now we're working a combination which forces your footwork to continue to move in the same direction. Watch what's happening. Move up a little bit, Sensei Kenny, please. If the man throws a hook punch with the left hand hook, and I back up, he's going to step forward and blast me with the other hand. Or if I do that, if I move with this hand and he's just come with a backhand, now he forces me, I'm totally off balance. My balance is gone. You have to maintain your balance. Okay? So, how do we get around that? Moving back is not the answer. Because if you attack with a backhand, you're going to have to move back and then move this way. Your balance is gone. He can move faster forward than you can move backwards. So in our system, in the V system, what we do is when he comes with that left, we V-step towards his inside. If he tries to backhand me, from here, we continue to V-step in that manner, which puts us once again right behind him. The goal is to get behind him, man. Make him turn around. Make him try to come with this hand, backhand with this hand, or backhand with that hand. Put himself right into a choke. You got it. You got it. But here's the thing. You got to understand, once I V-step, let me show it to you from this side. Once he let it come out, but he can drop it and come with a backhand. You understand? That puts me towards the back of him once again. That's why the hook, I eliminate the hook by V-stepping. But he can throw a backhand. If he got a knife in his hand, he could come under and try to slash my face. That's what the bottles are for. Okay? Now we're going to go into, that was movement number 3. Number 3 movement again. Let me show you to you again. Number 3 movement is left hand hook and right hand backhand, which puts me in the back of the man. Now, he's going to throw backhand hook punch. Still puts me on the outside. So he's going to backhand with the right. I'm already V-stepping. He's going to hook punch with the left. I keep the motion moving. We call it trading places. I'm just going to go in a circular motion movement, keep myself out of harm's way. I trap this hand in. It gives me the face. It gives me his kneecap. It gives me the sweep. I got everything I need to take this man down in seconds. Watch it again from this side. So, once again, he decides to backhand with the right hand. I'm already behind him. When he comes with the hook punch, I don't stay here and fight this. I don't stay my ground. I don't stand my ground and do this and then this. Now I'm back in danger again with the other hand. I don't walk into that strike. When he throws the backhand and he comes to the other one, I just keep it moving. Keep it moving. One more time slow. Backhand, watch the footwork. See where I am? Watch the footwork. When he comes with the other one, I just slide, shuffle my feet, and I keep moving in the same direction. I keep moving in the same direction. People, nobody tells you this. Nobody tells you this kind of information. Nobody break it down the way I'm breaking it down for you. Okay? People tell you, just do this. Just do what? Okay? Block this and block that. And what happens? I'm telling you how to keep yourself safe and put yourself in the best position to shut the man down. People, once again, back here with Sensei Kenny, working on some more techniques for you today. Today we are going to cover, once again, out the book, okay? We are going to cover for you what we call push, control, attack. Push, control, attack. Now, it is the same technique you will use if the man is pointing a gun in your face, if he has a gun in your face, if he has an edged weapon in your body or your stomach or your face, and the empty hand. So we're going to cover all of that for you in the next series of videos. So please, once again, pay attention, share the video with other people. But please be very, very, very careful when you're working with weapons. We are trying to show you a possibility of what can be done. So please practice safely. Okay? So the first one is going to be empty hand. Here's a scenario where the man, we've all seen it, where two guys get into an argument, and one guy starts putting his hand in the other guy's face. And he just starts talking trash.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Most of the time when the guy starts doing this, most of the time what people do is we say, yo man, get your hand on my face. No man, get your hand on my face. Yo, get your hand on my face, man. And that's how they usually go for a while. And then when the guy usually gets pissed off, he usually yo, get your hand on my face. And that's what starts sparking to hands go up and the fight starts. You don't want to fight. Okay? You don't want to fight. So what you do in a situation like this is you want to catch the guy in transition. So while he's talking to you,
what's the problem? What?
No man, get your hand on my face. No man, get your hand on my face. Don't put your hand on my face. While we're telling him that, what he says, know what you're going to do. You want to use a technique we call push the hand, control the hand, and now attack the man. So we call it push, control, attack. So when I tell him, get your hand on my face, man. Get your hand on my face. Right there. Catch him in transition. Push it, control it, take yourself off the line of fire. You don't want to keep your hand here. Because if you So you want to make sure that motion causes motion. You understand that. So therefore, once you control it and your head is off the line of fire, you come over the backside, change its focus. Then you take the handle you were controlling the floating arm with, slide up into the face, like this. So you can put his hands in his face, stick your fingers in his eye. Now, a real simple motion is that at this point, you can just step on the back of the leg, the man will go down, and from here, you can rake his face, put your nose, fingers in his nose, rake his head back, hammer fist the face, spread him out, strike the groin, strike the throat, here, snap the arms if necessary, snap the fingers if necessary, turn them out. I like the ankles. I love the ankles. When you see the feet like this or like that or sideways, you stomp on those ankles to stop the man from getting up and running after you. Let me show you that again. So once again, he puts his hand in your face, and you're telling him, get your hand on my face. Get your hand on my face. You catch him in transition. While he's talking to you, push it, control it. Now this hand comes, move your face off the line of fire. This hand comes over the top. This hand slides in from the front into the eyes. You get behind him, stomp out the leg, keep him right in front of you. So you can work. His hands are going, spread the hands, dig it in the eyes, spread the hands, grab the groin, turn him on the floor if you need to, stomp him out, get the ankles. Everything is available to you. So you want to push the hand, control the hand, attack the man. Working on push, control, attack. This time, we're doing it with a gun. If you did not see the empty hand one, I highly suggest, you go back and watch the empty hand one first, and then watch how it relates and transfers over to a firearm. Same movement. Why? Because when you're in the heat of a battle, when you're in the heat of a heated situation, you don't have time to think about, well, what's gun technique number 147? No, man, motion is motion. If you understand body mechanics and motion, in some situations and angles, it's the same. Things are the same. So now, he has a gun in your face. What's the gun in your face? You know how these little knuckleheads can turn the gun sideways? So if you turn the gun sideways, you can't. The gun is in your face the same way before the finger was in your face. So now you got the gun in your face. What changes? You put your hands up, yo, gotta calm down. Start telling this man, when anybody pull a gun on you, you start talking about your wife, your kids, your family, your children. Tell them how you don't want to die for no money. Tell them how you're not going to resist. You got to buy yourself some time. You got to calm things down, slow the pace down so you can see an opening so you can do something. So I'm telling him, yo, come on, man. Calm down. Yo, I got a wife and kids, man. I got a wife and kids. Calm down. Calm down. I don't know what to man. And while he's talking to you once again, push it. And as you push it, you got to grab onto that arm. Control it. Take yourself behind it. Why? Because the bullet come out from here. He's going to try to quickly as he can put you back in the line of fire. So when you control it, you're behind it. So when he pulls back, his elbow and his hand will hit. It will hit your body. So you're behind it at this point. Now you're behind it. Now you control it. Now you go into your attack. From here, vision. Right here, I dig into his eyes, vision. My other hand, vision. Right? Instantly. Balance. And I control the floating hand. When he's coming down, put my knee in his spine. That's going to change the way he breathes. I let him hit the floor right away, snapping that elbow to make sure that gun come out of his hand. Hammer fist the head. Stomp on his face. Move him on into his face. Attack his spine. Hit the arm. Hit the leg. And work my way down to the ankles. So this man is no longer a threat to me or anyone else. Watch the body mechanics again. While he's talking to you, you're telling him about your wife, kids, and family. Tell him you just had a baby, please. I I just had a kid. If he asks you ever want to see your kid again, you know he's with you. You know he's listening and paying attention. While you're talking to him and he's talking to you, right? Push it, control it, attack. Now, that when you attack, it's fast. Attack, attack, attack. Then you attack the joint, attack. He slides down, hold it close to your body. He might be firing it off. And some of you may say, well, he's shooting the gun, but he's not shooting you. If you can't help yourself, you can't help anyone else. I'm holding on to that arm, ramming it against the elbow, against my knee joint. His elbow against my knee and thigh. Gun is going to drop. If you don't, hammer fist him, punch him, stomp him in the head, push the arm over, get it from behind, put your foot into the joint and snap the elbow, snap his arm, stomp on his kneecaps, his ankles, his wrists, punish the man. Punish. This is a gun we're talking about. You punish him. Be generous with the pain. Stomp him and stomp him and stomp him and hammer fist and vision and break this man down. Remember, vision, breathing, and balance. I don't care. People, what happens to you is, what happens to all of us when we get old? All of us. All old people, as you're getting older, you lose your vision. All old people, what happens? They lose their balance. How many old people can't breathe to say, somebody needs to walk around with an oxygen tank? Do you understand what I'm saying? This stuff is real. Vision, breathing, and balance. You must have it. When you're young, playing any sports, and when you're old. Vision, breathing, and balance. Drills. This is what happens outside in the street, normally, in confrontation, with touchy-feely society, how to deal with it, how we deal with it. One of the better ways to deal with it, more sensible ways to deal with it, is easy, it's quick, it's simple, it's fast. We have a program called the 1, 2, 3 hit. 3 movements, you're in position to do what you need to do to shut this thing down. First set of drills is called one hand push. So a man pushes you with one hand. All the time you get into an argument, you see the guy back and forth, you push him with one hand, he push you push him, he push you. Now, most of the time when guys do this, guys do like this, yo, don't push me, man. No, man, don't push me, right? The same energy and the same strength that it takes you to do this, it's a motion. That motion, same motion, you could do that. The man can't tell the difference, because if you could do this, and he does this to you, and he lets you do this, and it's the same motion as doing that. There's no difference. He can't tell the difference. So the motion is, we call this stop the threat. Pinky to forearm, change the focus. That's movement number 1. This is all one movement. 1. Movement number 2, you see what's open. Vision, breathing, and balance. So now, we interrupt the balance. Now, as we kick them in the groin, it could be breathing and balance at the same time. Then we push him, and then knock him down, take him down, break the legs, do what we got to do, put ourselves in position. So now we work with the other hand. The other hand is the same deal. Stop the threat, change the focus, move the man, shot the leg or the groin. There we go. We have a leg, we have an arm ball, we have ankle to snap. Okay? That's the first set of the push drills. This one is called cross hand push, where people, when you arguing with somebody, they do this, you be like, yo, man, get the hell out of here. What are you talking about? And the guy pushes you, and you're like, yo, man, here. And he pushes you cross hand. You push him, he push you. You push him, he push you. Now he pushes cross hand. What most people do on cross hand, because they want to go into a whole bunch of martial arts stuff, they come underneath, go around the hand, so they come under, go around, maybe they want to strike, so they can turn in and do some kind of a wrist joint or wrist manipulation. When you do this, I don't care how fast you to the guy. And the guy's just going to streamline punch you in the back of the head, punch you right in the face, here, choke you out. You want to do this to come underneath and do some kind of thing like this, put your face right back in the home way, or you want to do this to come around and put a lock on. The man is still standing right here, so you're going to go like this to do this. The hand is right there. We call it the red glove. The hand is right there. So if you're pushing this way, every motion causes a motion. So when I do this, you're just going to punch me in the face. Why not? Why are you going to let me, why are you going to let me do this without you doing anything? Jerry just said he's going to pull it, he's going to punch. So the second I do this, he's going to pull it, he's going to punch. He's not going to let me do that. So what we do is really simple. All we do is push the hand. Now you see this hand is on the inside. He's staring at this hand. He's looking at this hand. So when he pushes, he sees this hand, but he don't see this hand. This hand just carries it. Now I'm in line with his back. Now that I got his back, I can do what the hell I want. So if I can't, and if you can't take advantage of him when you're at his back, then I don't know what to tell you. See, there's no technique for me to show you after that. The technique is not to go underneath and do any type of circular motion or type of swinging, looping motion. I don't need to do looping motion to break an arm, or looping motion to take a lock of wrist, or looping motion to do a coat of gosh. I don't need to do all that. That's nonsense. That's working too hard. All I need to do is push. That gives me his back. He's gonna look at me. Don't look at me. Change his focus. Now, interrupt the vision. Now I'm gonna break balance. Separate. Do a wide split. I don't want to push. That's where the man is going to be, man. If you can't do something to somebody when they're like this, just push him. I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for making it look so simple. But it is simple. The other hand. Here. Look at it. Look at it. This. It's right here. Move it. When he looks at you, don't look at me. Knock him in the head. Here. Sweep the leg out. Here. Sweep the leg out. Now he's here. Bring it back. Attack his vision. Rip your fingers into his nose and rip his nose off his face. Hit him in the throat. Punch him in the air. Pull him down. Stomp on the head. Everything is right there. You don't need to do all these circles and looping motion. What is the triangle? A lot of times people use locks, holds, and breaks. The most common lock that you can get off on the street in a reality-based situation is armbar. You always see armbar in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Why? Because when guys are throwing blows, that's the first thing that's available once you know how to recognize it. So, but how do you practice it so you know how to get into it and identify it? It's called the Superman, and it's called the triangle. Kenny, give me the Superman. Here's the triangle. The triangle is right here. This shape is the triangle. Okay, you have it on both sides. This is the triangle. On your right side, here's the triangle again on the opposite side. The triangle, this hollow space. Here. That's the triangle. If you understand the triangle and you understand what to look for, every time somebody puts their hand on your shoulder, punches you in your face, stick their hand in your face, try to give you a backhand strike or a backward strike and you see it, if you understand the triangle, it's available to you. And you'll get yourself in position very easily to apply armbar. The way we practice it is, we push off the man's chest, push off his chest with two hands, and step into the triangle. Separate the arm. The man is not going to bend on his own. No one's going to allow you to put an armbar on. So when your hand is in the triangle, you ain't going to have any cooperation. You got to make him do what you want him to do. You got to earn the right to do jiu-jitsu. So when you're here, you want to hit low-level strike to the kneecap, not the groin. to the kneecap or the thigh or the shin, kick the leg out. That will get him to bend. Once he bends, now you come over the shoulder and you can apply an armbar with your strikes and your other takedowns. So once again, you want to push and move into the triangle. Stick your hand into the triangle. And then knee to knee or knee to thigh, over the shoulder, squeeze it in, you got your armbar. If he's throwing a punch, so now you're going to block your punch, you're going to fold your hand into the triangle. Put into the triangle, move it in, protecting your face. Remember, the other hand is right here, so in case he throws that blow, you block that one, maybe headbutt, back into the armbar, striking, doing what you need to do, back into the triangle. What if he throws a combination, maybe right, left? So you're going to block, of course, your right, block your left, and then go in to the triangle. After you block, here's the triangle. Even though his hand is not like this, the triangle is still there. So you just go in to the triangle. Don't knee to knee, back again, apply, shot, do whatever you need to do. If he throws a backhand strike, then your hand blocked from the outside, change the focus, don't look at me, bend the elbow in to the triangle. Striking, protecting your face if anything else comes this way, blocking it, and into the triangle, attack the lower level again, and you're back into the triangle. If the man grabs you from the shoulder and he spins you, here, you block your face, block the hand, go back into the triangle. If he grabs you, take the gloves off please. If he grabs you and spins you from the same side, now you come completely around in a circular motion, blocking his face, changing his focus, put him back into the triangle. Elbow is there, knee is there, all your shots are there. Once again, it's very important for you to understand body mechanics. The triangle is powerful. Always remember, even if you don't see it, the triangle, when the man is punching, is always there. As you notice, we have the equipment on today. We have some of the fist gear on today, and we're working these particular techniques. These particular techniques that we are working, we are going to be working off of what we call bullying. You know, everybody's dealing with bullying these days. Bullying, you hear all about it. The easiest way to shut a bully down. Some people say the best thing to do is really hit the bully, take him down one time, stomp him out, he'll leave you alone. Whatever the case will be. It's not that easy to take a person down. But we're going to cover that today. What is really the best way to deal with someone who's just trying to bully you and shove you and mess with you all the time? So today, me and Sensei Kenny are working today with the equipment, and we're going to give you some answers to that question. Okay? With that, we're going to get started. Now, Sister Kenny, just put the headgear down for a moment. Now, guys, we were watching this video on YouTube today, and this person who put this video out had almost 50,000 views on this particular set of techniques. The interesting thing about it is they're trying to do martial arts in the street, and because they were confident with their martial arts, maybe they could get it off. According to the person who was doing it, he said he did get it off. Okay? But what happens if you're not a martial artist? What happens if you're not a martial artist? What do you do then? You're screwed, right? I'm trying to show you something that a non-martial artist can do. if you just practice a little bit, some basic movements with body mechanics. Okay, the first, let me show you what the guy was talking about. Guy was talking about doing a movement called Osotogabi, outside leg sweep, off of a hand push, one hand push. Now the person is pushing you one hand. Now for you to do Osotogabi off of this, he was saying cross the hand over. Then after you cross the hand over, come in, step in with your opposite leg, come around the neck, Rishuto, cross the neck, put your foot behind, and take the man down. Now, that seems like a real good martial arts technique, right? Really simple. Come underneath, bring the hand to the outside, take a step, take another step, and take the man down. Here's the problem with that. If you ever watched any of my videos before, I told you, you gotta pay attention. Can't just do what you want to do. If you cross your hand across the man's hand, every motion causes a motion. The second I did this, he's gonna punch me in the face. If I come underneath to come around, I'm gonna get punched in the face. So the better way of doing that is the hand is here and you want to get to the outside. Instead of coming under, just move it. You're already at the outside. Your hand is in position and now you are already at the neckline. Then just take him down. Okay? But here's the problem. Kenny, put the helmet on. I want you to understand, I'm going to show you the difference. So now, this is what he did again. I'm going to do it his way, then we're going to do it our way. His way, man is here, hand is shoving, he came underneath, came around, and took the man down. Okay? Pretty cool. Okay, I came across your neck. Was your mind clear? Okay? Now, nothing to do. He never attacked the head. He came underneath, came around to the neck. Came around to the neck. I'm not coming underneath. I want the same technique. If I want, I can push it to the outside, tap the face, and then take him down. Now, Kenny, did that tap to the face make a difference?
Absolutely.
That little push, tap, turn the head. That little push, tap, turn the head, as opposed to underneath and around. What if Kenny, when I went to come around, brought his head forward? As I did this, what did he put his head forward? Now I'm fighting it. I'm fighting it. But if I push and tap, the head's not going to be dipping. Because if you try to dip the head, it's my fingers, boom, into his eyes. Bam, then I got the takedown. Now I just stomp him out. That makes better sense. But you be the judge. On another bullying type of technique and movement, showing you the difference between what other people do and what we do. Okay? Understand something. It's very important. Because there's people out there showing you all kind of martial arts videos and stuff to do. But, guys, if they're martial artists and they've been practicing for 10 years and 15 years, maybe they could get it off. But can you, Joe Blow, with 2 months, 1 month, 2 weeks worth of training, 1 week worth of training, do what they do? The answer is no. That's why people think martial arts is a bunch of shit. Because a lot of times, people are showing you stuff that you know you can't do. They good, you look at that, wow, that guy's good, but what about me? I can't do that. We're trying to show you stuff that you can do. Let's go into the other technique the guy was talking about. Okay? I'm not naming no names and I'm not naming no systems, but once again, this is another guy, 50,000 views on this particular technique. Same one hand push, Okay? But said this time, when it was a one-hand push, on the first video, he came across this side, the inside. And this one, he came underneath and around in a circular motion to grab the hand so he could then take the hand so he could go into Sankyo, or maybe at this point in time, go into armbar, circular motion the hand, so then when he comes in from here, he can go into a C-lock, okay? Or he wants to go into a Katsutsuwaza. I get it. I get it. All that stuff is nice. All that stuff is pretty. But you're forgetting one thing. This guy is not going to let you do it. Okay? Now, watch what I'm talking about. I'm going to do it that way into a Sotogawa. Moving nice and slow. He's tapping you in the chest. He's telling you when the bully does this, come inside, swing your arm around, pass it to the other hand, come up, come across the neck, and take the man down in a Sotogawa. I'm going to show you that again. It's telling you, as the guy's tapping you out, bullying you, come from the left with the left hand, circular motion around, pass it to the right, circular motion, step in, come across the neck, take the man down. And he says, do it with passion. Do it with passion. I don't give a damn how much passion I use. I'm not striking Kenny in the freaking face. I'm not hitting him in the head. All I'm doing is this motion and coming around and taking him down. Kenny, put the headgear on, please. You have to shake the water. You have to shake the water. And what I mean by shaking the water, maybe you got a water bottle half full. When you're attacking this guy, the water's vibrating, it's shaking. The mind cannot think clearly. The mind cannot think clearly. It has to focus on the attack before he can counter you. Because the way he was doing it, if I did this, the second I did this, Kenny's gonna punch me in the face. Second I bring my hand inside, I'm opening up the door for him to punch me in the face. So, I don't want to do that. If I needed to come from the outside to the inside, I'm not gonna pass it back to the right hand and then go around the neck. If I pass it to the inside, to the outside, what I'm going to do is bring the hand this way, bam, touch the head, bam, touch the head, and the man goes down. Let me show you that again. When I came into the inside, I immediately, bang, made contact. Made contact. Now, when I'm going to the outside, you also Tagari, bang, and tap it again. Double tap. Boom, take the man down. Okay, over here, one more time, please. Watch it again. I come to the inside, tap. Move to the outside, tap. Sotogawa. Take the man down. If I wanted to control the arm, I come from the inside, I tap, hold it, tap, hold it, break, hold it, tap again, hold it, tap again, hold it. Also to down. Take the man down. So today, now, when a person is attacking you with a knife, he's attacking you with a knife. You got a choice. He's coming in with, let's say, with the number one strike. You got a choice. You can strike him. You can hit him. Like most people block and hit. They teach. And you notice when people teach block and hit, it's interesting. Because Phil, can you get defeated? Make sure you get defeated in this one. Mm-hmm. When you see people teach you block and hit, give me the 5 angles. They'll go 1, drop their hands. 2, slow down. Boom, jab. This, pull their body back. Here. See, when your feet are like this, even, and you're doing this, and you're doing this, and you're doing this, your feet are even. Do you not expect the attacker to come at you? You think the attacker's going to stand still so you can give your full thrust like this and your body's not going to move? When you do this technique and you practice this technique, If your technique is to block and strike at the same time, give it number one. This is not good enough. Motion causes motion. If this man starts moving first and he attacks, I'm going to go backwards. If he just rushed me and I do this, I might hit him, but I'm going backwards. And if he's doing that Jason, give me the Jason like the Chucky. Give me the Chucky, right? Where he's sticking it into my heart. And he's coming at me, and I do this, yeah, I can hit him. I'm still going to get jammed in the heart. Motion causes motion. So it's not this, and you don't drop your hands, one. You don't drop your hands in between 1 and 2, 2. What's with the dropping of the hands? Once your hands are up, the hands are up. When you do this, because he motioned and I got, boom, we both motion. When he motioned, I motion. When he motioned, I motion. It's motion causes motion, not swing causes motion. We use a technique called jam, because this man is coming at you with a lot of force. Slow motion. What you want to do is, while he's charging at you, is to put something between you and him that he cannot come forward anymore. This is jamming. If I jam the shoulder blade, it'll stop the forward motion. If I put it in the chest, it'll turn and slide, and he'll still be able to get in, and his attack will still hit you. But if he's coming and I jam the shoulder, his body, I use the palm of my hand, not my fingers, the palm of the hand, and put it right in the shoulder blade and jam it. His forward progress stops. That allows you from this to move the knife into a different direction, change the focus, go in here, strike the light. It allows you to do stuff. Number 2, you jam the shoulder. Now, here's the thing. When you practice this, number 1, number 3, and number 5 all come from the same angle. Number 1, jam the shoulder. Number 3 is just a downward strike, jam the shoulder. Number 5, jam the shoulder. Right here. So 1, 3, and 5. 1, jam. 2, jam. 3, and 5, jam. 2 and 4, when he's doing the number 2 strike, I want to shift my body and jam the shoulder. Notice what I did. By me shifting my body, by me V-stepping and shifting my body, the blade's over here, my body's over here. My body's over here. He comes with a number 4 movement, I jam the shoulder. My body's over here, weapon's over here. If I use my right hand, slow motion, right hand number 2 please, and jam, look at where I am. First of all, I can't jam properly. See my elbow is bent? So I can't lock my elbow out like the stick. I can't lock it out. My elbow's bent, I can't do it. So I use my opposite hand and create the space in the distance. And the blade is out here. Working it, bam, hit it down, move, move, hit. Once again, into the man. So, once again, number 2 and 4, number 2, I jam with the left and I V-step out. Number 4, I jam with the left and I V-step out. So, let's go 1 through 5. So 1, jam. Number 2, left hand. Number 3, right hand. Number 4, left hand. Number 5, right hand. And then from here, either strike, interrupt the vision, redirect the hand, vision, legs, groin, strike. Do whatever you want to do. That's called jamming. Okay, now I'm going to go into what's called the bounce. What is the bounce? The bounce works off the 5 angles of attack. Because we are Filipino martial arts where we do stick work, we have angles, stick patterns and angles. Or, you heard me say it before, 5 angles of attack. What's the 5 angles? I don't care if the guy got a bat, if he got a stick, if he got a pipe. Everything comes on with the 5 angle. Angle number 1 is this area. Cut the body into a 4. Angle number 1 is anything in this section. Angle number 2 is when the man crosses his hand and anything in this section. This section. Angle number 3 is anything in this section, right down to the ground. Angle number 4 is anything in this section, coming across here, across here, across here. And angle number 5 is anything that's coming at you in a straight line. That's the 5 angles of attack. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, why is that so important? Because the unknown becomes the known with the 5 angles. I'll get into that a little later. But let's say a guy's attacking you with a number 1 angle and you block it. So they'll come in with a number 1 angle and the guy blocks it. And most people like to try repeatedly to get their technique in. They keep going, they're going to keep trying, they hold on to it. But now, the knife is going to go someplace else once he's not successful. So where is that someplace else? That's why we use the bounce. So when he blocks the number 1, because the hands are up, if it's 1 hand or 2 hands, the hands are up. It leaves the lower half of the body open. So a number 1 goes into number 3. It's open. It will be open. If you go high on number 2, once again, it leaves the lower half of the body open. A number 2 bounces into a number 4. Now, if I'm going to attack low, see, this is a strategy to set a person up. If I'm attacking low and he blocks, I'm going to come over the top from a number 3 into a number 1. Here's what's so important about it. Most people put their arm down and block like this. If their hands are up and I go low, they just drop that arm. Look at what it does. It leads you right into a neck technique. It goes from here, right across the neck or face, we go from a 3 to a 1. Now, same thing on the opposite side. If I go number 2, he drops that arm, it leads right into a number 4, leads into that number 2. So 4 into 2. And at number 5 strike, most people drop their arms down and drop their body down. They really drop their body down hard because they're trying to stop that strike. But what it causes is when you hit the arm bounces. Now, a non-trained person, the arm's just going to go like this. And maybe you can mount a defense. But for a trained person, the 5 bounces into a number 1. So I'll show it to you again. 1 goes into 3. 2 goes into 4. 3 goes into 1. 4 goes into 2. And 5 goes into 1. That's called the bounce.
This one is on push, control, attack. And I want you to understand the strategies that we use and the mindset that we have and the concepts that make us different from other people. Okay? So let's just say, right? We're in a situation. You're in a situation in the street, and you always hear me say, go first. Why? Why do I tell you to go first? Because you don't know who this person is. If you watch the other video that I put out, I just told you, you're practicing and you're training to take the shot because you don't know who this guy is. Give you an example. Okay? Let's say we both have guns. I got a gun, Sister Kenny got a gun. If Sister Kenny shoots me because I practice self-defense, if Sister Kenny shoots me first, boom, dead center right in my heart. Let me ask you a question. When is it my turn? When is it my turn? You see, you don't get a turn. See, because we both got equal skills. If we both have equal weapon, then whoever goes first, win. Whatever you think of yourself, you got to think of him. So you got to understand. You have to understand that I can't afford to let him go first because I don't know his level of skill. Okay? So having a gun in your face
put that gun in your face, there's no difference between this and him putting a finger in your face. You see, but for most schools and for most people, he put the gun in your face. Let's just say this is gun technique number 1, right? But if he puts his finger in your face, it's not finger to the face technique number 1. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, they use different techniques. So this, to most schools, is not the same as this. That's gun technique. That's defense against a finger to the face. It's the same motion. So instead of me having to remember 2 different techniques, in our system, it's only 1. Because if you push the gun in my face, we do a technique we call push, control, attack. I push it, I control it, I attack. Okay? We call it slow motion. We call it push it, control it, move off the line of fire, start to attack him, get behind him, and control the weapon. No different. He puts the gun away, puts the finger in your face. Now, this is what happened. When people put their finger in your face, they're usually talking trash. Right? So he puts his finger in your face. Get your hand on my face. Well, get your hand on my face. Yo, man, take your hand on my face. Right? Take your hand on my face. Take your hand on my face. Yo, put your hand on my face. Man, that's what usually happens. We start telling them, don't put your hand in my face. Instead of saying, that's a gun technique. Same gun technique. But no, we start getting emotional and worried about putting your hand in the face. Well, let me slow it down for you. He puts his hand in your face, push it, control it. He's going to look at you. Don't look at me. Attack. See, what am I doing is he wants to, every motion causes emotion. So if I just did this, he's going to do that. If I push it down, he's going to do that. So I take this hand to block out this hand. So I push it across, and when I push it across, I control it, which blocks out his own hand, and now I attack. That's why we call it. That's why we call it. Push it. He goes to punch. Control it. See where my head is? You see where he punches? And now attack. I attack. See, people? Same technique. Because it's the same motion. You guys who take a lot of your stuff and separate it, when you're in a pressure situation, when your adrenaline is flowing, when fear's going through your head, you ain't going to remember technique number 47, gun technique number 1, or gun technique number 10. You just got to react. So what you practice becomes your habit. Garbage in, garbage out. Good stuff in, good stuff out. So watch what you're putting in. Watch what you're putting in. If you did not see the empty hand one, I highly suggest you go back and watch the empty hand one first, and then watch how it relates and transfers over to a firearm. Same movement. Why? Because when you're in the heat of a battle, when you're in the heat of a heated situation, you don't have time to think about, well, what's gun technique number 147? No, man, motion is motion. If you understand body mechanics and motion, in some situations and angles, it's the same. Things are the same. So now, he has a gun in your face. What's the gun in your face? You know how these little knuckleheads can turn the gun sideways? So if you turn the gun sideways, you can't. The gun is in your face the same way before the finger was in your face. So now you got the gun in your face. What changing? You put your hands up, you gotta calm down. Start telling this man, when anybody pull a gun on you, you start talking about your wife, your kids, your family, your children. Tell them how you don't want to die for no money. Tell them how you're not going to resist. You got to buy yourself some time. You got to calm things down, slow the pace down so you can see an opening so you can do something. So I'm telling him, yo, come on, man. Calm down. Yo, man, I got a wife that got kids, man. I got a wife that got kids. Calm down. Calm down. I don't want to wait, man. And while he's talking to you, once again, push it. And as you push it, you got to grab onto that arm. Control it. Take yourself behind it. Why? Because the bullet come out from here. He's going to try to quickly as he can put you back in the line of fire. So when you control it, you're behind it. So when he pulls back, his elbow and his hand will hit. It will hit your body. So you're behind it at this point. Now you're behind it. Now you control it. Now you go into your attack. From here, vision. Right here, I dig into his eyes, vision. My other hand, vision. Right? Instantly. Balance. And I control the floating hand. When he's coming down, I put my knee in his spine. That's going to change the way he breathes. I let him hit the floor right away, snapping that elbow to make sure that gun come out of his hand. Hammer fist the head. Stomp on his face. Move him on into his face. Attack his spine. Hit the arm. Hit the leg. I work my way down to the ankles. So this man is no longer a threat to me or anyone else. Watch the body mechanics again. While he's talking to you, you're telling him about your wife, kids, and family. Tell him you just had a baby, please. I just had a kid. If he asks you, you ever want to see your kid again, you know he's with you. You know he's listening and paying attention. While you're talking to him, he's talking to you. Right? Push it, control it, attack. Now, that when you attack, it's fast. Attack, attack, attack. Then you attack the joint, attack. He slides down, hold it close to your body. He might be firing it off. And some of you may say, well, he's shooting the gun, but he's not shooting you. If you can't help yourself, you can't help anyone else. I'm holding on to that arm, ramming it against the elbow, against my knee joint. His elbow against my knee and thigh. Gun is going to drop. If you don't, hammer fist him, punch him, stomp him in the head, push the arm over, get it from behind, put your foot into the joint and snap the elbow, snap his arm, stomp on his stab, on his kneecap, his ankles, his wrists, punish the man. Punish. This is a gun we're talking about. You punish him. Be generous with the pain. Stomp him and stomp him and stomp him and hammer fist and vision and break this man down. Remember, vision, breathing, and balance. I don't care. People, what happens to you is, what happens to all of us when we get old? All of us. All old people, as you're getting older, you lose your vision. All old people, what happens? They lose their balance. How many old people can't breathe to say, somebody needs to walk around with an oxygen tank? Do you understand what I'm saying? This stuff is real. Vision, breathing, and balance. You must have it. When you're young, playing any sports, and when you're old. Vision, breathing, and balance. I'll tell you now another variation of the technique we just used before. This one, now we're going to the inside. The first time we used the gun with the push, control, attack concept, we went to the outside. It's always safer to go to the outside of a man. When you go to the inside of a man, you got to work a lot harder. So your technique got to be crisp. And your head got to be with you, your rhythm got to be there, your timing got to be there. So now, here's the difference. So now, when he pointed his gun at me, okay, I'm not working to the outside of his body. I'm working now, I'm forced to work. I might be against the wall. This is a wall that Kenny has his arm. So I'm forced to work to the inside. I'm forced to work to the inside. I don't want to work to the inside. I'm forced to work to the inside. So now, how do we apply the push, control, attack? Coming to the inside. So I want you to see this real quick. So now I'm going to watch this. It's on the inside. When I move the push, control, attack, I don't do this. I don't use my left hand and come in a circle and do this. Because the second I circular motion that hand, motion causes motion. He's going to see this. Okay? I do not take my right hand and attack the hand with the gun because he's going to punch me over the head. So what I do is I clap it. The way you clap, I snap the gun off the line of fire. Right now the gun is in my face. I smack it off the line of fire. So I smack it so it's not in front of my face. But before he can get control and put me back into the line of fire, I want to control that weapon. So now I'm here, we're talking again, he's telling me what he's telling me. When I smack it, I reach into and over the arm to grab the muscle. What am I doing? If I try grabbing his garment, then he put the gun back in the line of fire. You see? No problem. Again, I smacked it, I took this, I smacked the gun from here to here. Now if I try to grab his arm, he pulls the arm back and put me back in the line of fire. Could have just put it right there. It's the quickest and simplest thing to do. It's going to put it right there. Now, but if I grab the muscle, he can't do that. If I smack the arm and then grab the muscle and move my body towards his body, he can't even punch me in the face properly because my head is so close to his body. I grab the muscle, so when he pulls the arm back, my whole body goes with him. I'm controlling muscle. He could be firing the gun off this way. And some of you guys are smart. Say, well, what if you point the gun towards the floor and start shooting, trying to shoot you in the feet? People, I'm breaking it down. As I came in from doing this to this, I am taking my face. Once I know I got this, I'm putting my face into his head. Where? Because I know I have to change his focus. After I hit him in the face with the headbutt, I am going to catch him high-low concept, a knee to knee or knee to thigh. I'm not going to bring my leg up here like this so he can latch onto it. I'm going to come in, face, knee to knee, bang, bring it back down, vision, I attack the arm, pulling him to the ground, having full control of the weapon. I start stomping his head out, looking for his ankles, stomping until his gun is out of his head. Watch it one more time. Just like this. So he has a gun in my face. So now, so I'm coming to the inside. I'm going to push it, control, headbutt, knee, sweep the leg out if I need to, bring him down. When he hits that floor, stomp on his head, stomp on his head, stomp on his head. Here, hammer fist, his joint and elbow. Let go of that weapon, stomp on his head. Until I know it's safe to let that arm go and safe to make sure I work my way down his body, stomp on his ankles to make sure he never gets back up and run after me.
You don't get paid to fight. You see it coming, cut the thread off before it even happens. Watch how it goes. Here. I'll slow that down because I know you didn't see it. Push the hand down. The man is still coming forward. As you're pushing the hands down, bam, right into the nose, shooting the head back. Front kick to the groin and knee to the face. Let me turn that on the other side so you can see it. Here it comes, hands down, palm to the face, front kick to the groin, and knee right there. See, it's over. It's over. And you say, well, if I don't like to knee, slow it up. After you hit in the face with the right hand or the left hand, because I don't know, you may be righty or lefty, so whatever you feel like doing, touch it and hit. Here, moving is coming to reach, touch it and hit. You have your choice. Groin, again. Kneecap, again. Front kneecap, anyone you go, it's okay. Anyone you go to is okay. So when this guy's coming in and you touch and you shove that head back, you got choices. When he bends, closest point,
closest target. Here, boom. Some of you may say, well, what if after I knee him, he still fights? Okay, what if? The school address should be on this tape, but if it's not, it's 25 Park Place. You come here, you bend over, put your face here, let me knee you in your face, and let me see how much fight you have in you when I come up and ram my knee in your face. Believe me when I tell you, pretty much so, the fight is over. Over. Because understand something. Have respect for fear and the adrenaline. Show you one more time. Touch, palm, front kick, ram the knee in the face. That's what you do before. I'll show you what to do after. It's on you down. Same thing. From here, change the focus. Left, change the focus right, change the focus back. It don't matter. Go left, go right, go back. Whatever you decide. Don't do this. Don't worry about fighting the hands. When he come and grab, you hit. Get the focus back. Knee. Right there. Once again, shin. You notice I'm always using knee, shin, knee, shin, knee, shin. Up. Because it makes no sense to throw knee, 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 and push the man away. If I knee you and my knee is affected, I have to throw the shin kick to take you down, to make sure that you don't come after me. So when you come here again, right here, dig in the eye, knee, shin kick, get the man to the ground and stomp on his head. Let me show you that from another angle. Notice. I'm keeping the hands tight so he can't punch me in my face. Here, here, here. Notice the hammer. Watch. This to this. This to this. Look. Rip. Rip. You want to feel this? Right here. Practice this on somebody you like, because after this, they won't like you anymore. Just rip it back with your fingers so you can appreciate the pain that this guy's feeling when you rip into his eyes. And while he's focusing on that, you knee him, and then you take his shin right out. Do it so you can have respect for the pain. Okay, now we're coming to the end. This is the last one, number 12. The difference between 11 and 12 is 12 is hard. And if you think your number 11 was hard, watch number 12. Okay? Number 12, man coming from the same motion. When he's coming for that motion, you move, pull him in. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. Now you come up, now you come up, now you come in, now you come in, now you come in, now you go, now you watch it again. As soon as he pull in, hit, grab, 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 shot, uppercut, right, uppercut, right, up. Man goes down, you break his ankles. Don't let him get up. And now you're saying, but where's the jiu-jitsu? You want to see jiu-jitsu? Hit it. Grab. After you hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Shot. All you got to do is hold the hand. Put it back. Fingers again. Lock. No. Turn it off. No. Maybe you want to break. So we come in. Put it back up. Switch hands.
don't feel too good about that. I'm going out there with something that I need to work with that'll give me 15, 20, 25 seconds. I feel comfortable with that. The numbers will tell you the story. And all the principles of the 10 commandments of self-defense here, striking from the closest point and changing the focus. When I rake the eyes and rake back, controlling the focus.
What's up?
Motion causes motion. This motion caused that motion. That motion caused this motion. This motion caused this motion. Now I'm doing what I want. Very important. Defense against a push. One. You see?
What's up?
See with the hip how it works? 1, 2, 3. I mean, it gets so simplistic that it kind of makes us feel bad that we trained for 13, 14, 15 years to earn a black belt so we can learn how to defend ourselves, when all we had to do was practice the right stuff. Other side. So we're going to work. Here's the drill that we're working. We're working left side push. And I mean push. 1, 2. 2 motion. Now 3. Take it out. Up. Opposite side. 1, 2. Once again. 3. 2. 2 hands. Now, the reason why 2 hands, are you one of those people that do this when someone pushes you? Yo, you take your hands off me. Or you one of those people that do this? Yo, take your hands. Do you go up or do you go down? What type of person are you? Do you know? If I ask you right now, definitely, do you know? No, you don't know. Because you don't even think about it. You see? But I think about it. I make my people think about it. You got to know. You got to know, because if you're one of those people that go up, that's what's available to you. And if you're one of those people that go down, bam, boom, that's available to you.
What's up?
So you need to know, do I go up or do I go down? But slow it up. You go down. It's press down into a V. Press up. The head will shoot back, leaving the groin, the body, and the shins, everything exposed. Just say, please. So we're moving. 1, 2, 3. Once again, do what you want. Push it again. If you go up, because the hands are separated, the man is coming to you. See how dangerous it is? It makes a difference? So you don't do this. You don't do this with your hands. It brings the man right into you. Professor V taught me, just do this. Keep your hands straight. We don't need to do this, because look at the shape of your arms. It bows out just by doing this. It comes right to the person. When you do this, you open your own self up for attack, because you can't recover. Just keep your hands straight. So when you're pushing here, right there, leads you right into the man's head. Bam! Headbutt. One shot, in, headbutt. So your movement is 1, 2, round. Or 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3. See, now if I just get there, if I could just get to that point, then I could do everything else. See, because this is what a lot of people practice. They want to practice here, move, here, move. Let me get from here to here, here, moving, here, boom, take it, turn it, here. Oh man, that's a great technique. Show me how to do that. Everybody wants to learn how to move. Oh, how to get to this line, to that line, to this line, to this line, to that line. Here, whoa, move. This is great. You can't do this. 1, 2, 3. You ain't doing that. You ain't doing none of that. No flash. Learn not to do this. This is so important. Make it look like a tabletop. So if my hands are tabletop, you can't go beyond the tabletop. This. Take your hands off. Vision. Now you're going to throw a front push kick to the groin, which interrupts now the breathing. And here you went vision. So now my hands are going to go to my face. That leaves the body open. Now when you front push kick to the groin, breathing. That's going to put me in this position. Now my hands are going to go from my face to my groin. Because once again, these are automatic reactions. No if, no ands, no maybe. Somebody stick you in your eyes, you raise your hands up to your eyes. Kick you. Vision.
Vision.
Breathing. I'm going to put my hands on you. You're going to stop the thread. Nope. So when I do this, I'm going to land. See?
Oh, yeah.
That's you do. Every leg that comes in here. I don't even like voice. Ah! Then, boom. Two, and right here. Boom. There you go. And once again, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let me go cross and under, right? Now you're going to form an X. That's the first line of the X. Now you're going to do the second line of the X. Down and up. Okay. Breathe in and bounce. Good. Now when you do that, you come right out. Go. Vision. Breathe in. Bounce. Good. Good. One more time. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Vision. Breathe in. Bounce. Good. Good. Take that foot right in the center. Right, don't be so stiff. Yeah. There you go. Good. Good. Excellent. Here. 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 Boom. Go. Okay.
5, 6, 7. Don't put your hands on me.
Boom.
Stop the threat. Change the focus. Don't put your hands on me. Don't put your hands on me.
Finger, palm, hammer, elbow, grab on, knee. 3, 4, come back up there, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, down! 1, 2, 3, one more time, get up there, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, pump it up! 1,